Hello everyone, so you got yourself Hercules C2 but you are bored of hauling missions and you already have maxed Bounty Hunter Guild reputation, and maybe you are wondering if you can do the max level Bounty Hunter Guild missions, which would be the extreme risk targets or ERTs. Can you do it with the Hercules C2? And we shall find out together. Also, I'll be quickly showing you my Hercule build, what I have been using. So just give me a second, and here is my Hercule build. So I'm using attritions for maximum pilot DPS. I also swapped turrets for ballistics so that I can have more ammo capacity in attritions. I swapped the shields for parapet, which has the most amount of HP, and I took the power plants and coolers with least amount of signature. So my goal was to significantly bring down both of signatures so that I can have much easier times dodging missiles. Also, I took Erebos, and this is power plant I'm running, so I'm only running one cooler because if you don't run a cooler, your heat signature will rise, and for now at least the components, the ship is not overheating, it's not limiting its performance. So full shield and full guns, full engines, and I still have some energy left. Well, that's Hercule. Now let's go back into the game. Bounty Hunter Guild. 99k ERT mission. I recommend you to be doing this in Pyro if you have the ERTs. Otherwise, if you are still grinding your HRTs, VHRTs, just do them in Stanton because you have much less of a travel time to do. But the benefit of doing this in Pyro, of course, is everything is in space. So we are banking on good loot from the ships. But in Stanton, the jumps are much shorter, so you can do hit and run. For grinding bounty reputation, I would advise you to rent either Constellation Taurus or the Drake Corsair. Ideally, the best ship to grind, in my opinion, is fully loaded Drake Corsair with attritions and parapet shields. You have incredible DPS, and basically what you do is hit and run. Just fly in, take down the bounty target, fly out. That's it until you hit max level. You can also do it with the Rental Taurus. It has much lower DPS. Rental Corsair comes with the cannons, laser cannons, which is troublesome to use. I don't like them, especially for HRTs and lower ships. So if you are relying on rental, I would advise you to go with the Taurus. Otherwise, if you already have the Corsair, of course use the Corsair. So we are here, let's check what we have. Bounty target is Constellation, we have Starfarer, C2, and we have Reclaimer. Alrighty, let's try to take down. I mean, we are interested in the C2, and we can also loot the Reclaimer. if you get Karak, avoid the Karak. It's just pain in the ass to open it up. So Reclaimer, fine. Ideally you would want more of C2. Let's take the C2. I mean, C2 is easy kill. Shouldn't take long to kill the C2. So let's see. The Starfarer is pain in the ass to kill. It has a lot of DPS. I mean a lot of HP. Okay. Let's bring this puppy closer. I mean, this C2 is really easy to kill. Well, here is our loot. We have to maybe mark it. We don't want to lose it. There. That's the payout. The C2 is the payout. You can be lucky and even get maybe 3 C2s. I at one mission got 3 of them. That's big money. So the trick with the Reclaimer is to get really close. It's really slow ship. Get really close. As close as we possibly can go. And below the belly to avoid the upper turret. Then we will take probably 10 minutes killing the Starfarer. Come on. Am I encapsulated? No. That's it. That took me a while. That's it. This is what you want. This is what you want. This is exactly what I want. Just... oh, the constellation is here. Sometimes I thought maybe it wouldn't engage us for a while, but let's kill the constellation when it's here. We have 2 size 3 shields, so I'm not really as worried. We should try to get behind. Well, it's easier said than done with this boat. Starfarer is peppering me. If you get Hammerhead, just bedlog before you even attempt to do the mission, or hit the escort and take the loot before the Hammerhead engages you. God damn it. I really want to get behind. Come on, afterburners. I want to get behind the constellation. That's the weak point. Now we are getting somewhere. Nice. The trick is to go behind to hit the engines, of course. And now the biggest pain in the ass, the Starfarer. Where is it? The Starfarer, I don't know. This ship is so annoying. Let's try to sit on the belly. So tanky. Crazy tanky. But yeah, Starfarer can have some loot. But so you want, of course, C2. If there is no C2 in the group, just leave. Do not even do it. Okay, that's all dead. So what we can do, we will check the Reclaimer and we will check, of course, the C2. So in terms of checking the loot, C2 of course, then Reclaimer, then I would say don't bother with Karak and don't bother with Starfarer. So only bother with the C2 and maybe Reclaimer if it has some good loot. Firstly, you can scan them. If you are lucky, you can even get multiple C2s. C2 and Reclaimer, that's kinda mid, but still better than the Karak. Karak is just painful. So what we want is the scrap, medical supply and alter toxin. So we have pretty decent stuff here. Now let's just sniff some butts. Open the cargo. This is a butt sniffer move. Okay, I guess we can work with this. I think we can work with this. Let's see. I think I will make around 500,000. 500,000 for sure. The payout 99k. Maybe even 600k, depending on what we will find in the Reclaimer. Come on, open up. I tried with the Atlas. It's kinda clunky having Atlas in space. Let's load up. The good thing about the C2 is the big payout stuff is already at the front, that being medical supply and alter toxin. So what I have been doing, firstly I bought the Corsair, and then if you only have Corsair, you can do these missions pretty quickly, and you would just load the medical supply and alter toxin. You wouldn't bother with the scrap. And if you have the Taurus, you can in fact take the scrap. That will be some extra pay, of course, because we have the C2. Of course we will be loading the scrap. Let's just put it fast. We'll sort it out later. No, I still have to move this. On what other ship can you do this? So you can do it on Corsair, you can do it on the Taurus, and you can maybe do it on a Starlancer Max. Starlancer Max even has the more DPS than the C2, but way less cargo. I mean, it has around, I think, 222 or so, which is still pretty decent, but it ain't no C2 Hercules. If you have a buddy, friend, do go in two ships, so one in Hercules, other in, let's say, Corsair. I do not recommend you both to be in Hercules. I mean, the turrets, the remote turrets are pretty poor on this thing anyway. You wouldn't be breaking any records with it. Come on, maybe snap here, no. Okay, I want to leave some space if I think that's pretty much it. The good thing about the NPC C2, as I said, the stuff that you want is at the front, or I mean at the rear of the ship, but that will be your front, and that's your medical supply, artotoxin and scrap. And now I only see corundum, and the other stuff do not worth anything. I mean, doesn't work anything, so don't bother with the other shit. So this is a nice load, and I'll check the reclaimer. I'm hoping for medical supply and maybe some scrap. So this is a pretty decent. The reclaimers always have their lights on. Pretty easy to spot. Let's scan it. Do not bother with the Karak, even if it's the pain you will be going through by unloading the Karak in 0G is immense. It's immense. It's not worth it. I would even argue maybe it's a reclaimer as well, but pretty decent scrap and medical supply and ultratoxin. I'll loot it because I have the C2. If I had Taurus or maybe some smaller ship like Corsair, I wouldn't bother. It is possible to do hit and runs. So even I would argue you can make with Corsair, you can make probably around 1 million just from hit and runs. Come in, hit the bounty target, leave, come in, hit the bounty target, leave. You will have only problem with the hammerhead, and that is a pain. The hammerhead is a pain. If you get the hammerhead, try to avoid the hammerhead, kill the ships that are following it, and take the loot from them. So take the loot from them, sell the loot, exit game, come back in. The problem is once you enter the combat, even if you get out of the combat, you will have a combat bug for bedlog. Okay, let's load some scrap. Yeah, you see, this is the reclaimer pane. But still, it can be done. It's a bit. Now you have body, this will be faster, of course. But you will, I mean, you can be very efficient solo. If you have a friend, sure, it will be somewhat faster, but you will have to share your profits. And it's not that I'm leaving much on the table here. Only thing that it's worth taking is medical supply, alter toxin and scrap, and I will be taking all of it. And now with the body I would maybe save, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, maybe less, probably less, but I would have to give them half of the earnings, which still, I mean, of course, if it's your good friend, and why not? All I'm saying is 2 players are not necessary, and I would even say that you will be making more solo than with someone. But it will be more interesting in the party. I don't think I have to sort this very well from now on. Whoop. Let's see what we have. We have some copper. We do not want copper. 1 steel scrap, meh. Take some medical supply. Let's take some scrap. Let's take some scrap. Get out of the way, move. 32 STU containers are a bit pain in the ass to get from the... I don't think these are 32, these are 20. Is it 24? 24, yes. 32 can be quite difficult to get out from the reclaimer. Okay. I'm not doing very well. Come on. Okay. Well, I don't know if Someone could argue that maybe Reclaimer is not worth it. In that case, you can maybe skip it, go on to the next mission with the half empty C2. The ERTs can be more or less challenging, but the ships I got are pretty common. It's common to get Constellation, maybe Redeemer, Starfarer, and C2, and Reclaimer. You can get Karak, which is nothing special. Nothing special. You don't want the Hammerhead, of course. It just sucks when you get the Hammerhead. I mean, instead of the Reclaimer, I could have just took another mission and maybe just do the C2s. Because this can be pretty annoying. Come on, I believe in you. God damn it. There we go. Now imagine 32 container. I've been taking the 32s from the Reclaimer. Of course, if it had the Ultratoxin medical supply, that would be big money. We have some medical supply, we will take them. Of course. Nearly done. This will be the last. Let's take everything. Okay. I mean, with this gameplay loop you get space combat, and I think that's all. You get space combat, loading, unloading, cargo hauling, and it's pretty decent, I would say. Pretty decent loot for just one ERT. Now, as I said, in one mission I got the 3 Hercules C2, but I was only in the Corsair, and they were full of scrap and medical supply, ultratoxin. If I had a C2 back then, I think I would made well over $1 million. Easy. I think I made $500,000 with just the Corsair. Now you have to go to Bloom to accept another mission. You cannot accept another mission from here, but we have to unload this as well. Can I possibly do one more ERT? I think that yes, I think with better space management, I don't think I even have half of the C2 filled. Probably around 250 or 260 SCU of cargo. So technically I could get, but it's a risk. I mean, the C2 is not a fighter. It's a risk. This was a decent, not. There wasn't any moment where I got attacked by 3 ships simultaneously. That can happen. You can fight, let's say, Reclaimer, and then Starfarer is shooting you, Constellation is shooting you. It also depends on the server, and we will sell this to Obituary, but sometimes these ERTs can be more or less tricky depending on, I don't know, everything AI. So you can get in trouble, but it can also more often than not work out pretty good, pretty fine. $500. I think this should be, well, it's already half an hour long. We'll see what's the payout. The hunger is, oh god damn it. Of course, always at the wrong side of this station. Okay. Well, half decent landing, nothing too crazy. Now let's unload this. There. Engine shut, cargo open. Let's unload and check the pay. 34 minutes long. I think it will be brake lag simulator. I think it will be probably, I'm hoping, around 600k, maybe more, with the mission. I think there is something to be done with the snapping and from CIG to optimize the box moving and physics to be less glitchy, less stucky. I mean, as I said, do not bother with the reclaimer one, with the Karak one bit. You will spend half an hour trying to unload the damn thing. I don't know. I mean, with one more person, you can maybe lower the time to do this, but you will have to also half your profit as well. And as I was saying before, you can even argue maybe the reclaimer was a waste of time. I don't know. But you also have to keep in mind, if I took another mission, I maybe would get destroyed. So I was maximizing on what I have already done, and that is, I mean, I've killed what I've killed. Also, well, maybe not on Pyro, but I mean, of course, you can scavenge the ships. There is quite often a wreckage of or abandoned ships from other players. They have been trying to do the bounties, but for whatever reason they were unsuccessful. So you can scavenge parts. I at one point saw abandoned Polaris, so I took the Polaris here on Pyro while I was doing the ERTs, and then you can maybe try to sell the torpedoes or whatever. You get the free Polaris. Now it's rare. Also maybe some ships with XL1 quantum jumps and military grade shields you can find. No, I'm just rambling. I think that's pretty much it. Let's put this away. 40 minutes. 310 SCU. 310 SCU, not bad. Now let's check the payout. Of course I parked at the furthest possible point of the garage or hangar. I expect at least 550k from the cargo and 99k from the mission. So at least 650, I would imagine. For 40 minutes or so job. Of course, you can now unload, go back, unload, go back and unload and then sell. You don't have to sell, but then you will most likely fill the station inventory and the station wouldn't accept any more of your loot, so you would have to wait to sell again. Let's check. Just a moment. So we have obituary max scrap. So we have 380k from scrap. Sell, not bad. 240 from medical supplies, and we have 32, let's say 32k from ultratoxin, and 99k from the mission payout. So I've made 751, so 751k. 751k. About 40-minute job. Well, that's something you can do with the C2. Now, this was medium loot, I would say. You can get more C2s, enemy C2s, which will make your life much easier, and they can have more medical supply and ultratoxin. The scrap is the least expensive, so ultratoxin is the most, then medical, then the scrap. Yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in comments. Otherwise, take care and bye.